Hello everybody, this is Reaper here with Tryndamere Gaming, and today we're going to be going over Tryndamere, the Barbarian King. This is going to be a basic guide for the top lane build. We'll go over a jungle build in another video. We're going to be going over his abilities, his masteries, his runes, and his item builds. At the end of the footage, I'll show you some game footage so you can get an idea of what his abilities will do. So let's go ahead and jump into his abilities. Alright, so let's start with the passive Battle Fury. Tryndamere gains Fury for each attack, critical strike, and killing blow he makes. So for each attack, basic attack, critical strike will increase it even more, but you're going to gain Fury. Fury passively increases his critical strike chance and can be consumed with his Bloodlust spell. So the more Fury you have, the more higher chance you have of a critical strike with each basic attack. And also with the Bloodlust spell, which we'll go over really quick, the more Fury you have and you use this spell, it'll heal you for more. Bloodlust, Tryndamere thrives on the throes of combat, increasing his attack damage as he is more and more wounded. So the lower your health, the more damage you're going to do with each basic attack. He can cast Bloodlust, just like we talked about with Battle Fury, to consume his Fury and heal himself. If you don't have any Fury, you can still use this and it will heal you, but it's a very minor amount. So the more Fury you have, the more it will heal you for. Mocking Shout, Tryndamere lets out an insulting cry, decreasing surrounding champions' attack damage. I believe it decreases it a max of up to 30% for 4 seconds. Enemies with their backs turned to Tryndamere also have their movement speed reduced. That's where I usually use it. I don't worry about trying to use it when they're facing me head on. I like to use it when they're trying to run away or multiple enemies are trying to run away. You can slow them down so your team can catch up, or you can catch up and unleash your fury on them. Spinning Slash, Tryndamere slices towards a target unit, dealing damage to enemies in its path. It's an AoE spinning move. It has a good distance on it. You can use it to initiate attacks, or you can use it to get away from attacks. So if you've jumped into a team fight and all of a sudden everybody's bugging out, you can get out of there pretty quick too if it's back up. Undying Rage. This is his ultimate. This is a really awesome move. Tryndamere's lust for battle becomes so strong that he is unable to die, no matter how wounded he becomes. If you hit your ultimate, he'll go down to 1 health, but he will not die. For 6 seconds, he is invincible. So you can use this right before you're going to be getting down to low health, or if you know the enemy champion has a big final hit to use on you as his ultimate, then you can hit it really quick, survive for 6 seconds, and you can do a terrible amount of damage in 6 seconds to the enemy champions. Okay, let's go ahead and jump over to his masteries really quick. Alright, and in his masteries, as you can see, we have 21 on offense, 9 on defense. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this. I'm zoomed in here real close so y'all can see these better where they're at, the points are at. But you're building on attack speed and attack damage with Tryndamere. You can get a damage or defense item in the game, and you have this minor defense masteries right here. But you're going to be building on your attack speed and attack damage. Anything that can help you with that and your critical strike will make you OP in the game. Tryndamere can easily become an OP champion in the end game. He's also a very good champion to backdoor because of his sustainability with his ultimate, and if you have flash and his E move, then you can get out of most situations pretty easily. So as y'all see this, let's go ahead and let's jump over to the runes. Okay, so on his runes, I built them around attack speed primarily. Tryndamere is an AS/AD champion, attack speed, attack damage champion, so I just went ahead and blew all out and went attack speed on it with the greater mark of attack speed, 1.7% attack speed. Now I did go with some armor, greater seal of armor for more sustainability in his lane early in the game. Greater glyph of attack speed plus 0.64% attack speed, sorry. And the greater quintessences of attack speed plus 4.5% attack speed. As you can see right here, plus 34.6% attack speed from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. With his items alone and with leveling alone, he can easily hit over 2 points of attack speed, which would be about 2 hits per second. So this is going to just increase it that much more. It's just incredible. And then on the armor, plus 9 armor, just a little bit more sustainability. You can change these however you want to, tweak them a little bit, but I do recommend going with quite a bit of attack speed with Tryndamere. But if you're having to share with your other AD champions and stuff of that nature on the rune page, because I know they're limited unless you buy them, then you'll tweak it out a little bit more however you want to. But specifically for Tryndamere, I like to go with primarily all attack speed. Okay, let's jump over to his item. Okay, so with the starting items, you have the Doran's Blade, long sword, kind of a basic startup. The Doran's Blade will give you increased health and lifesteal, so if you're going against a tougher champion, you might choose that. But I prefer the long sword because you can jump into the Vamp Scepter or the Bilgewater Cutlass that much faster, along with being able to get more pots in the beginning, health pots. And you can also go with the Warding Totem or the Sweeping Lens, whichever you prefer. Your early game core that you're going to look for is the Berserker Greaves for your boots. It gives you the increased attack speed and the movement speed. I actually like to go with these first before I go with these other items, if I can, but it's up to you on that. You have the Stinger, which gives you a good increase of attack speed along with a cooldown reduction, and your Bilgewater Cutlass, of course, which will build into your Blade of the Ruined King. Your in-game focus would be primarily your Ravenous Hydra, with the AoE, increased attack damage and lifesteal, and health regen. Then your Last Whisper, which ignores 35% of the target's armor, so it helps you out a lot with tanky champions. The Blade of the Ruined King, the biggest thing on this is the active, deals 10% of target's champions maximum health, and then it heals you for that same amount, along with giving you some lifesteal to stack with the Ravenous Hydra, and some attack speed and attack damage. Then you have your Zephyr, which gives you some tenacity, reducing stuns and slows and stuff of that nature. Then increases your attack damage and your attack speed pretty greatly by 50%. Then your Affinity Edge. Of course, you're going to get this in the end game with Tryndamere because he builds up on his critical strike also. Without any items, he has a high critical strike chance with his Fury maxed out. So this is going to increase your critical strike chance, dealing 250% instead of 200%, so it's going to do that much more damage. Then your situational items, you can choose between the Static Shiv. A lot of people recommend it. It's iffy up in the air. I just put it on there for other people to use. I generally don't use it. I'd rather have the Hydra than the Static Shiv. Your Lightbringer, this in a way would be used if you have some champions setting up the traps across the map that you want to be able to see. This will help you out a lot. It gives you increased attack damage and critical strike chance too. Your Phantom Dancer. This is kind of iffy up in the air. If you want more attack speed and they don't have too many tanky champions, then you might swap out the Last Whisper for the Phantom Dancer for the increased attack speed, and you can move through units too. And then your defensive items, your Zephyr, we already went over that with the tenacity. That's why it's a defensive item. Your Mercurial Scimitar, it gives you a great amount of attack damage, but it gives you 45 magic resist. It also, on the active, it removes all debuffs, so if you have a lot of CC on the enemy team, then you might want to get this too to get out of some of those debuffs to get away quicker. And then your Guardian Angel, plus 50 armor, plus 40 magic resist, and then the passive restores 30% if you take a fatal hit or an extremely damaging hit. So that pretty much go over the item builds on that. So we're going to go over, or I'm actually about to show you some game footage, and then I'll see you at the end of the game. We'll talk about some more stuff. Alright guys, so with Tryndamere on his items, always remember attack speed, attack damage, and critical strike chance. With his abilities, utilize his ultimate. If you can utilize his ultimate correctly, you can get out of so many sticky situations or finish off the enemy before they finish you off. That's pretty much going to do it for this guide. If you have any comments or suggestions for the video, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, because we're gonna have plenty more League of Legends guides coming out in the future, along with other video game footage coming out too. If you didn't like the video, thank you for watching and spending your time with us today, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.